I have this PDF file, and in this PDF file I have multiple links. You can see this one, this one is one email address, this one is another email address. I have GitHub repository URL and permanent URL, and I do have lots of in documents link as well. So if I just click on this, then it will take me to that particular place, that is this number 14. Okay, so I do have multiple links, and in this video I'm going to explain how to extract all of these links, or to be precise, all of the external links. Okay, so when I'm saying external, that means this one is not an external link, it's in this particular documents link. So I'm not going to show you how to extract this one, but I'm going to show you how to extract this one. And I have two different PDF files, and I'm going to show you some interesting facts about extracting these links, and actually if those links are hyperlink or not. Okay, so I'll explain those in this particular video, so make sure you watch this video till then. Let's get started. I can see that I do have this GitHub repository link, and this is a hyperlink, and this is annotated. Okay, we have this annotation, this rectangle border. Okay, and if you look into this, then it says Louis or David @comp.nus.edu.sg. okay, so basically it says that, okay, this one is one email address, this one is another. Okay, but we will not be able to extract those things in this video because it's not a valid links, right? Like, we understand this based on our human intelligence that, okay, this is representing two different link, email address. One is with this one, another one is with this one. Okay, but it's not a proper link. Okay, and then again we have this one, and these are not also hyperlinks, these are basically email address. And in any PDF, like any advanced PDF software, these are being treated as a hyperlink, but actually they are not a hyperlink. Okay, and then we have this one is also another email address, and this one has two different email address, but we'll not be able to extract them because as a human being we understand that this one is one part of the email address and this one is the ending part, but we'll not be able to do that. Okay, and if you just click on this, then it will just open that email address. Then you can see this Daniel on honoro @neclub.eu. okay, let me just close this. So it's basically taking the last part. Okay, this one, it's not taking the first one, so it's not a proper link, but any PDF software is treating them as a hyperlink, but they are not proper hyperlink. Okay, so let's get it started. That in this video I'm going to use this PyMuPDF library, and I'm using this library for the last 7 or 8 different videos, and those videos are mainly on how to extract data from tabular data. So if you want to learn about extracting data from a table, please make sure you watch them. Okay, I'll put those video links in the description. Okay, so I'm going to use this PyMuPDF. I'm using some helper module as well, like pandas, operating system, OS, then regex. Okay, and I will explain why I'm using regex. Okay, if I just run this, then it will install this if it is not, and then we'll import this libraries. Okay, and I'll just explain this one later on. But initially, if we want to extract any links from a PDF file, okay, so basically what that will be is like, just open the doc. Okay, so the doc will be pdf.open, and then you can just specify the file name. So let's say this one, 1903.054h5v1.pdf, and then take the first or any page actually. So let's say doc0 and page.getLinks, that what will return all the links. Okay, and it's returning that links. If you look into this, it says kind is 2, xref is 8, and then we have from, and then we have URI, and this is the URI. Okay, if you look into this, then for the first two one, like if you look into this one, it's kind is 2, this one is 2, but for the other ones these are like 4. So if you want to learn more about what this kind means, then you need to just go into this documentation and find get links, and look into this description of get links property, and this kind, it says that this is on off link none, link go to, link go to, or and so on. And if you want to learn more, then you will see that this one, no destination, indicate a dummy link. Link go to points to a place in this document. So if it's in this document, then it can represent one. And link URI, so points to a URI, typically a resource is specified with internet syntax. So that's the first two one. If you look into this, then first two have kind equals to, okay. So that is this one, that link URI. And then we have fourth one, that is link named, points to a named location of this particular documents, and that's for all of this, okay. And if you look into this, the name of those location, then you will see that is this one, named destination, that is site client 2004 resource. So that's how we can extract the links. So as I'm more interested on the external link, so basically I want to extract only kind of two, so that's why we just need to filter this out, okay. That's how I get the links, okay. And sometimes if I just try this on second one, okay, let's see, first underscore RCN, and if I run this, then you'll see typing mistake, okay. So if you look into this, it says page.getLinks is an empty list, okay. It doesn't find any particular links. But if I go into this, then you will see that I have some links in this particular page, especially this one. It says rbz@fv.com. that's the email address, right? And if you look into this one is also another email address. So let me make it a little bit bigger. This one is another email address, sqren@mail.ustc.edu.cn. and then we have another email address, basically two email address, but this one will not be treated as an email address, proper email address, because it's a part of it's representing two different email address, okay, but in a different format, okay. Then you can see that it's not extracting all the email address or all the external links as a valid hyperlink, okay. And that's true that these are not actually a valid link, but they are being treated as a hyperlink on any modern PDF software, okay. So that's why it's linking that, okay, mail to rbz@fv.com. and if you look into this, it says mail to this particular location, okay, as it is trying to understand that, okay, this is an email address. So that's what I wanted to explain, that all the links that is being treated as a link in the PDF software is not an actual link. So you don't need to be confused about this, that okay, why this one is not returning any particular data, it's returning an empty list, okay. And that is because this particular method getLinks only extract valid hyperlinks, okay, only if it is specified as a link, not if it is based on some regex or based on some syntax mapping, if it's a valid link or not, okay. So that's what you need to be careful, and that's why we need to use regex to extract those email address and extract those external links or website links. So let me explain this code now. You can see it says extract external links from PDF, and I'm just passing the PDF file name or location, and it will return me a data frame, okay. So I'm using regex, so this is email pattern. I'll not explain the regex pattern, you can just ask ChatGPT about what it does and it will explain properly, okay. So this is email pattern, this is external website or link pattern, and then I'm just opening that particular PDF file, and then I'm just looping through each page of this particular PDF file. Now in this particular page, I'm going to do three different things, okay. One is that I'm just going to use default option page.getLinks, or you can use links, and you can specify kinds that I only want URI related links. And so that is first option. I'm going to extract the links what are specifically defined, okay, in that particular documents. So I'm just going to use page.links and specify this kinds property. One more interesting thing is that if you just pass this constant as a integer value, then it will not work. You need to pass this as a list, okay. Doesn't matter if it has only one item or multiples, you need to pass this as a list, okay. So make sure you pass this as a list, and you can find this constant in this section. You can see link URI, link launch, and so on, okay. So that's the first thing. And then I'm just going to extract the link text, and I'm going to append that with some basic information, like what is the page number, what is the URL of that particular link, what's the text, like sometimes we have like click me, and in that click me it has linked to a specific email address. So this text part is just that click me part, and URL is that hyperlink location. Okay, and then extraction method, I'm just saying that this is the extraction method is hyperlink, and that is truly defined hyperlink, and then type is hyperlink. Okay, that's what I'm defined in this particular dictionary. Now we have next type, that is extract external links. Okay, and then I'm just using this link pattern, and I'm using regex for this one, and then I'm finding that external links and then adding them in the return list. Okay, in the same fashion, I'm specifying the page number, URL is basically that particular link, text is basically that particular link because it is not a defined hyperlink, so the text and that link is basically similar thing. And extraction method is regex, type is link. And then I'm extracting the emails part, and I'm only creating unique list, like only keep only once. Okay, and then I'm just using this, if we have any emails, then find that and add that in that particular return list. And same type of information, like page number, URL is basically the email address, text is basically the email address, extraction method is regex, and type is email. Okay, and then I'm creating at the end of this, after we have done looping through each page, I'm just creating a data frame, pd.dataframe links, and then I'm removing duplicates based on this URL column. Okay, because I want to keep only once. Okay, and then I'm resetting index. So that's it. Now in this particular method, I can only specify the file path or file location, and it will extract me all the links. So let me show you. So I'll just run this function, and then you can see extract links from 1903 and so on. So if I just run this, then you'll see it extracted all the links from this particular PDF file. You can see URL github.com nleml/mmkb, and you can see extraction method is hyperlink and type is hyperlink. Okay, these two are properly defined hyperlinks, these two. Okay, and we do have some email address, like you can see this one is based on regex, and this is an email address, and you will find that in this one and this one. Okay, but this one is not being treated as an email address, and this one is not being treated as an email address. So if you want to consider them as an email address as well, then you may need to modify this regex a little bit. Okay, this regex, and then you will be able to find those email address as well. Okay, so that's how we get this external links in that particular PDF file, and I'm adding this page number so that I can cross check that. So for example, I can see in page 6 I have only one link. So if I go into this page 6, and if I try to find that, I think that is this one. Yes, https developers.google.com free base. And if you look into this, then this is also the hyperlink method. Okay, so that's how we can extract all the external links from any PDF file based on 3 different criteria. One is that truly defined hyperlink, another one is regex, it could be email address, or it could be like an external website or file link or FTP link. Okay, and that's how we get this data from this PDF file. Now I'll show you one more example, that is this one, and I'll explain some challenges that you may face. That if you look into this, then I get this email address and I get these links as well. The interesting part is this one. You see that https github.com and this one, and it ends with faster _. And if I go into this page number 2, and let me just show you. So if I go into this page, then you'll see that as a human being, I understand that this whole part up to this RCNN is one hyperlink, right? You can see that's one hyperlink. But when we extract this based on regex, then you'll see that this doesn't extract that ending part, that CNN part. Okay, and if you look into this PDF again, then this one doesn't point to a hyperlink. If I select this part, you can see the cursor changes from point to this hand type, but in this part it doesn't change that because it's not being treated as a hyperlink. So ideally this one is not an actual hyperlink, truly defined hyperlink, but based on some regex I can extract that, but only up to faster _. Okay, and in this same fashion, if you look into this one, github.com, this part is not being treated as a hyperlink. Okay, but this part is being treated as a hyperlink. And if I go into this one, you will see that I can only extract up to this part. And why this is happening is because when we extract the text from this particular PDF file. So if I just show you this, let's say show page, and that's a 1, and if I print this, then you'll see that it puts one space in between these two. Okay, that slash line, that is a new line marker. You can see /n RCNN, and in this fashion as well you can say /n, that is RGB SIG, and so on. But if you want to extract that as well, so I think the easiest option is that you can just replace this, and now you can see it does extract that faster underscore RCNN, and in the same way you can see that this one is also being extracted properly. Okay, so that's how we can minimize or optimize this challenge. Okay, that replace that line break with the empty string, and in that way you will be able to extract those full links instead of partial links. Okay, so that's one challenges that I have seen. And another challenges is that sometimes those email addresses being written as like this. So it's more of a based on experimentation. You need to come up with a better regex for this one, and splitting this into two different email address. After you can extract this part, then you just need to split this into two different email address. That's another challenges that I think we need to be careful about. And that's it for this video. If you find this video helpful, consider subscribing and hit the bell icon for future content. Have a good day.